Hello, this is Piano Q&A with Nancy Allred. Today we're going to talk about how to teach cross rhythms to our wonderful piano students. And just as a little background, I still remember my very first experience in learning how to play cross rhythms. I grew up in Southern California, and at that time my teacher was Professor Rowan Taylor. He was a music professor at Pierce College and was a very distinguished composer. And as one of his students, he really kind of immersed me in the world of music and the world of classical music and what was out there. And it was really joyful, my time studying with him. I still remember when he handed me this wonderful piece by Franz Schubert, the Serenade. And it's originally written for voice and piano, and I was playing a rather simple transcription of it. But it wasn't simple to me because I had never played cross rhythms. And in this case, it was 3 against 2. And let me give it a little example. Here's right when the voice comes in. So again, you can hear that 3 against 2, and I love cross rhythms. I love that 3 against 2, 2 against 3, 4 against 3, all of those, and they kind of just do something to you, do something to your heart and soul. So I was kind of overwhelmed with the 3 against 2 in this case. I remember he played it for me several times. I remember that I couldn't get it. I remember my first lesson, I know there were tears, and I had a rough time. I couldn't figure it out. And I was used to hearing things and just playing things, things seemed to come easily. And so this was very difficult. I don't remember if it took 1 or 2 weeks, but I know that he had me isolate a measure and even isolate like beat 1 going into beat 2. So really, really a small segment. And I did my right hand, that triplet, over and over. And then the left hand, the duple, the normal eighths, over and over. And then we would try to fit it. And when I first did it, it didn't fit. And then we would do that again, and he would play it for me, and then I would do it, and it didn't fit. I remember having to work on it at home a lot, and at some point in the first week or 2, it fit. That 3 against 2 finally fit, and we were so excited, and it was like learning to ride a bike, because once I got it and felt it, it was like, wow, okay, this makes sense. I remember a key, something that he told me over and over, that triplet had to be even. And because if it's not, I first started, and of course that's not correct. But when I learned to and that learning to even make that triplet even, and then doing repetition after repetition, at some point again it fit into place, and that was exciting, that was joyful. So then fast forward all these years I've been teaching, and I've used that approach, that approach of playing it, let the student hear and listen, and have them do one hand at a time, isolate the particular beat, and do it over and over and over. I found that that didn't work for everybody. So it just depended on where the student came from and how much they used their ear in learning. And so in all the years of teaching, I began devising various approaches and steps to fill in the blanks, if you will, if a student didn't, in hearing it and doing that repetition, that it wasn't coming. So I have always felt that my responsibility as a teacher was to figure out how the student is hearing, what their background, and if I'm trying to teach them something and it's not coming, then I've got to come up with another approach. And so that's my goal today, is to give several different approaches today and the next few videos. Several years ago, many years ago, I taught a sister and a brother, and their dad was a music professor, and there was that one of them had a cross rhythm, and I played it for them, and they immediately played it back perfectly. And I looked at him, and I was so shocked. They looked at me like, "What's wrong?" And I said, "Oh, usually I have to, I have to take different steps." And then her brother had a cross rhythm and something, and same thing. I played it for him, and immediately it was there. And that's usually not the case, so usually I go really thoroughly into the background and all of the steps. So one of the first things I do is take, if they haven't had cross rhythms yet, and it comes up in a piece, then I will show them, and either it's a 2 against 3 or 3 against 2. And I don't even do other cross rhythms until students are really, really firm on the 2 against 3 and 3 against 2. So I will show them that, and then there will be like 2 in the right hand versus 3 in the left hand. And I explain how that works. We explain the math, which is 2 times 3 equals 6, which is the least common multiple. Most students have had that in their math classes, so they understand that. And then I will write the 2 in the right hand, the 3 in the left hand, or vice versa. And then we write the 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, so they can see it. And then what that rhythm will come out, because when you chart that, you have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. You've got the right hand, which has 2 notes, will be played on 1 and 4, and then the left hand will be played on 1, 3, and 5. So the right hand would be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. The left hand would be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. They can see that, and you can see in the visual. Then we go ahead and either play it or clap it. If they're struggling with just playing anything, then I have them clap. But it's better if they play a note. So here we go. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. That was 3 in the right, left, and 2 in the left. Or 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. You can also shift them to 1, 2, and 3. 1, 2, and 3. I'm just throwing out lots of ways to count this that can help. Another thing I love to do and works really well is to give them rhythm words. So one of my favorites for 2 against 3 or 3 against 2 is strawberry time. Strawberry time. Strawberry time. Strawberry time. So if you put the hands with that, strawberry time, strawberry time, strawberry time. Another one is not difficult, not difficult, not difficult, not difficult. Another one I got from my colleague Glenn Webb, who's our percussion professor. Who parked the car? 1, 2, 3. Who parked the car? Who parked the car? Another one, George Washington. George Washington. George Washington. And last but not least, nice cup of tea. Nice cup of tea. Nice cup of tea. So on and so forth. I would suggest in your teaching that You choose your favorite one. My favorite at this point is strawberry time. But I give several options to the student, and they will pick, or I will also have them make one up themselves, and that can be a fun thing for them to do, is to make up their own little rhythm words. Then I also have a little exercise. So we have strawberry time, strawberry time, strawberry time, strawberry time. Again, that's 2 in the right, 3 in the left. Then I can flip it and do 3 in the right, the triplet, against 2 in the left. 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. And that's a little introduction, little prep for the student. So we, again, just to summarize, we go through, I discuss the 2 times 3 equals 6, and actually write that down for them. They can see it. We write down the 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and where each of the notes would fall in the right and the left, and then again, we flip that over if it's 3 against 2. And then I also, if they're ready, I'll do 1, 2, and 3, 1, 2, and 3, 1, 2, and 3. We do that. We do the together, left, right, left, together, left, right, left, together, left, right, left. Or flipping it, together, right, left, right, together, right, left, right. So we do that. And then, of course, I have all of the rhythm words that go with 2 against 3 or 3 against 2. In the next segment, I will cover various examples from the intermediate literature and a little bit of the advanced. And I'll give as many examples as I can. And I have started a blog, and I will have these sheets, little exercises that you can do. And then I have also created various practice sheets for the many cross rhythms that I teach, and I will post those so you can see how that works. Again, any questions, please email me or message me, and I'll see if we can address it in our next video segment. Thank you.